Welcome back to another cooking video, guys. I know it's been a while, and usually I do this with my headband on, but I can't find it. So we're gonna try the chest mount, so hopefully that works, and I apologize in advance if some of the footage is a little off. But I really wanted to cook this recipe, and I wanted to share it with you because I've never made it before. It's stuffed pork tenderloin, and I just got off the phone with my dad and my grandma because it's my grandmother's ancient and simple stuffing recipe, and then my dad always made the pork tenderloin. Kind of explained to me how to do it, so hopefully I can do it right and show you. It'll be fun to try, but I'm getting hungry, and enough of that. Let's get cooking. Well, the first thing we're gonna do, like always, is preheat the oven. So we're gonna go to 350 on bake and let that kind of heat up. And then we're gonna go over here, and before we even make the stuffing, we're gonna butterfly the pork tenderloin. And we're lucky because I found this pack that comes with 2. So the butterflying is easy. We can do a little bit of a cheat. Instead of doing a real butterfly and having to roll it out to make a big flat thing, we can just cut each of these down and open them, and then we're gonna try and tie them together. So we'll get on that. The idea is to cut almost all the way through, but to not cut all the way through so it folds and stays together. I guess we'll see how well we do with this. I've never butterflied anything before, so it's all new to me. Oops, sounds like we kind of pushed our way through a few spots. We'll cut this bit too a little bit so we can spread it open a little bit more. And they're not exactly the same size. That's okay. Just gonna keep opening it up a little bit more because I kind of want it to be the same thickness all the way around, I think. And that looks pretty good. Pretty even and flat, I think. So my dad always used metal skewers, but I couldn't find any, so I think these wooden ones will be good enough. And what I'm gonna do is, I like this edge, so we're gonna flip these and try and put this skewer through. Oh yeah, that's working. And kind of attach the 2 pieces of meat together so that it's like one piece of meat. Look at that! Okay, so we're gonna take the meat and put it off to the side, so we're not ready for it yet. The next step is the bread. I've had this bread out in this bowl for 3 or 4 days, so it's kind of hard, not too hard. What we're gonna do is take it out, I guess get rid of these crumbs, and we're just gonna break it up. You don't want super small pieces, you don't want super big pieces, just kind of bite-sized-ish pieces, I guess. It doesn't have to be rock hard, but you want it to be hard enough. And this is definitely gonna make way more stuffing than we need for this recipe, so you can either keep the rest in the fridge, I think, or you know, just put it in a bag in the freezer for later. Okay. Put that off to the side. I'm gonna get our pan here a-heating. We want 2 onions. We're just gonna dice them out. While I'm cutting these onions up, I'm gonna try not to bawl my eyes out. Okay, got our onion. And then I think about half as much celery as there is onion. I'll start with 3. These are a little bit limp, but I think it'll be all right for the purpose of this recipe. good. A bit of fresh parsley. I don't really know how much of this to put on, but we'll just eyeball it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just kind of chop that up a little bit. We're gonna take our butter. We're gonna cut off about a 1/4 cup, I think he said. Start with that. That's going right in the frying pan. And while that starts to melt, gonna throw in our veg. We actually might need a bigger frying pan. That's okay. We'll put it all in there, and we're not gonna cook it. We're not gonna get it cooked. We're not gonna saute it. The idea is to get all the butter melted and to get the veggies kind of warm, but not cooked, because when it goes in the meat and the meat goes in the oven, it's gonna start cooking in there. So we just want, you know, warm, buttery, maybe a little soft veg, not sauteed or overcooked or whatever. Just like giving it a cool bath, a little bit of a spa treatment, you know. And we're gonna throw in some salt and pepper. Maybe I should have cut all the veggies up a little bit more. Now that I'm looking at it. We're here to learn from our mistakes. Smells good though. And then we're gonna add a little bit of sage. And the next step is pretty straightforward. Clean off your work area because you're making a mess. Get your bowl of bread. Get your pan of veggies. And mix. Okay, we're gonna get a bigger bowl. FYI, I hate this bowl. Now we're gonna just get in there with our hands. Make a big mess. You know, we're living the dream here. Oh, it smells like stuffing. I think I did something right. Dad, if you watch this video, or Graham, if you watch this video, please leave a comment and tell me what I'm doing wrong, because I'm sure there is something. But before we get the stuffing on there, I'm gonna get some butcher's cord ready, because we're gonna tie this beast together. I mean, that should be more than enough. My grandfather used to say, why go short in the land of plenty? And then just add stuffing, I guess. I've never even watched my dad make this, so I don't know. There's no way that's right. I'm gonna melt another bunch of butter and put it in there, because I don't think this bread is soft enough. While that happens, I'm going to tear the bread smaller. Definitely didn't get my proportions right. Okay, we're ready to stuff that pig. So now when you're doing this, you obviously don't want to get too much stuffing in, but you want to get enough. So put as much as you can on there. You can always take a little bit off, and you want to get it really tight in there, really kind of condense it in when you're pulling the meat up to wrap it and tie it. I thought I was going to get away with 2 strings. Definitely go with at least 3, because you want to get as much of that pork wrapped around and full of as much stuffing as you can without letting it spill off. So just don't be too afraid to like tie it real tight and get it in there. Doesn't look that bad. We wasted a little bit of this stuff, but that's all right. Now, just gonna put a little bit of butter in this pan. I'm gonna put the meat in the pan, and I'm gonna put the rest of this stuffing also in the pan. Might as well use up the space and cook some extra stuffing, I think. I don't know. Now we're gonna put this in the oven at 350 for about 40 minutes. Check on it, and it's only been in there a couple minutes. I'm gonna baste a little bit of this butter on top of it. I didn't want to go crazy with a marinade or anything, because I wanted to get the flavor from just the pork and the marinade, but I think a little bit of butter on top would be a little nice for a glaze or whatever. Come back and check again and maybe do it again. A moment of truth. It's been about 40 minutes, maybe a couple minutes longer. Smells good. Oh. Looks juicy. Hopefully it was cooked long enough. So I'm gonna get it out onto this cutting board. While this was cooking, I did heat up some canned corn and make a nice basic salad to go along with it. Like I said, so I can turn all this junk off. And the moment of truth. Okay. I'm gonna take the skewer out. Whew. Hot. Oh, there's almost no stuffing in that part. Good thing we made a little bit of extra here. Get that cord off. I'm not as stuffed as I had originally planned. I guess my butterfly technique needs some work. It's time for the true test. That's pretty good. Definitely not as good as when my dad makes it. Once again, Dad, if you're watching this, give me some tips. I definitely should have paid attention when I watched him make it, but I'm pretty happy with this attempt. I will try again. I got to work on my butterfly technique and a little bit on my stuffing. I'm gonna have to talk to my grandmother and get some better tips on that. So if you're gonna make this, or if you know how to make this better, leave me a comment. If you like this, hit that like button and hit subscribe. We got lots more videos about cooking and other fun stuff you can do at home. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.